Some weapons age like fine wine. The M4 is unquestionably one of these weapons. This gun had its ups and downs, but it managed to prevail and earn the respect of both friends and foes. The M4 was officially accepted into service by the United States military in 1994, and it first saw action in the hands of US troops deployed to Kosovo in 1999. It was later heavily used by US forces during the global war on terror, including Operation Enduring Freedom and Operation Iraqi Freedom. By 2005, the M4 had largely replaced M16A2s as the primary weapon of forward-deployed personnel in the United States Army. In addition, the M4 carbine replaced most submachine guns and selected handguns in the US military service. This is military mechanics, and today we are taking a look at the M4 carbine. The story of the M4 carbine goes back to the mid-60s and the early days of the Vietnam War. The original prototype version of this gun was made by Colt just 2 years after the creation of the M16 in 1966. The prototype was called the XM177, aka Colt Commando. Special Forces teams wanted something more compact, so Colt engineer Rob Roy designed the XM117 to use a 10-inch barrel, which is half the size of the 20-inch M16A1 barrel. But then he had to put a flash suppressor, making the overall barrel length 14.5 inches. Roy also gave the gun a beautiful telescoping tubular aluminum buttstock so the user could adjust the length of the rifle to some extent. The buttstock was loved, but shortening the M16 wasn't as simple as just swapping out a shorter barrel, since the short barrel meant the gas port had to be shortened and moved down as well. The M4 is cycled by the gas impingement system, and messing with the length of the tube that sends the gas through the gun also messed with the performance. To counter this issue, the weapon's pressure was increased from the M16's 10,000 psi to 17,000 psi. A change which caused malfunctions. Initial combat experiences in Afghanistan and Iraq resulted in several desired updates addressing the reliability and durability of the carbine. As a result, the M4A1 carbine and the M4 carbine were fitted with a heavier barrel, which better withstands protracted and intense firing. By 2015, the M4 and M4A1 carbine became the primary fighting rifle for US Army and US Marine Corps infantry units. Chambered for the standard NATO 5.56 by 45mm ammunition, M4's internal design has 80% parts commonality with M16A2. M4 has an effective range of 1,182 feet. It weighs 7.75 pounds with 30 rounds and a sling. This carbine is fed from the standard M16 magazines holding 30 rounds. It is also compatible with the earlier 20-round magazines of the original M16 and other standard Stanag magazines. The safety and fire mode selector switch is located above the pistol grip on the left side of the receiver. The trigger mechanism has semi-auto and 3-round burst modes. When the gun is fired, the cocking handle located at the rear of the receiver does not reciprocate. Ejection port is located on the right side. It has a deflector which propels spent cases away from left-handed shooters. Except for the first production run, almost all M4 carbines have flat-top receivers with integrated Picatinny rails, which replaced the M16A2 style carrying handle. Most current production M4 carbines also feature RIS forends with additional rails. Compared to the M4, The M4A1 has full auto capability, a consistent trigger pull, and a slightly heavier barrel. The heavier barrel is more durable and has greater capacity to maintain accuracy and zero while withstanding the heat produced by high volumes of fire. In 1994, U.S. Special Operations Command, SSOCOM, and the Navy developed the Special Operations Peculiar, or SOP-MOD, M4A1 accessory kit to make this weapon exceptional in versatility, lethality, and effectiveness. However, 30 years on the front lines is a long time, and the future of combat necessitates the development of new weapons and doctrines. Sig Sauer has been picked by the Army to make replacements for the service's aging M4 rifle and M249 squad automatic weapon, but it will likely take nearly a decade for units to start seeing the new weapon.